So good evening. Let us start the class. Okay. Last day we have discussed about the capacity of AI, especially the chat GPT and all. I have told about what exactly is chat GPT or large language models and how they are tuned to accept our queries and then answer them. Okay. They are given data. For example, ChatGPT 4 has been given data up to March 2023. So whatever is after that, it may not be knowing. And also, it has the capacity to answer our questions just like a human being and also to understand what we say. That's called the natural language processing. It is possible to do that. Okay, so and we have seen certain examples of how it can be used. Today also we'll be learning such things, and in the second part I will be showing you uh, 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 I'll be showing you a lot of uh, other tools, not ChatGPT and all, but there are several other AI tools which can be used for generating content like that. Okay, or help us in various academic and other activities. Okay, so just now somebody asked me how can we design AI. At present, its capacity is limited, but as I suggested, you can ask it for suggestions on how for how many students, how much space is required, and all you can ask, and that can be conveyed to an architect and then you can build your library. So that type of logical steps we have to take. Anyway, by the way, we can have an analogy with Google. What is the difference between Google and ChatGPT like thing? What exactly is happening there? Um, when we when we are in need of information, usually the moment what we need, for example, you wanted to know the meaning of a word or its etymology or about a particular formula is there, you want its explanation. All these are possible using Google as well as the chat GPT. But in the case of Google, when we ask something, nowadays, it has started giving some sort of artificial intelligence answering process. Earlier, it was giving what only the links to those so many links you will be getting, and from that you have to identify the answer. Okay, so it is actually a hectic task for us because you will be given thousands of links over there. With that, you have to log into that particular information and take it. Whereas here, you are getting an assistant, very knowledgeable assistant. It's not only on a particular topic, on almost all topic, it can answer on almost all topic and then answer your queries. That's how it works. Okay, so there is a difference. Here, the one is actually giving you directly the answer, whereas the other one is giving you links on your topic of research. That is the difference between Google and ChatGPT. Google is giving you links. I don't know what is. So, what exactly is happening is Google is giving you the links, whereas ChatGPT is giving you a sort of answer itself. Okay, that's then second thing is in the case of Google, it is always updated. It is always updated. Okay, all the time the latest information will be available to Google because it is just harvesting the content and it is making an index for Google. Whereas in the case of ChatGPT, it is tuned up. At present, it is tuned up to March 23. Understood? After that, it doesn't know anything. It has to be updated. Then only it will be. So these are the basic two differences. Okay. And in the case of ChatGPT, it can do multifarious things. So many things. It can generate picture. So many things are possible with that. Analyze things. So all these capacities are attached with ChatGPT like AI tools, whereas that is not there with Google. Okay, so that's there. That's what we have learned. So please go through the video, yesterday's video. Surely it will be available soon. Then you can make use of it. Today, what I will do is I will go to the higher usage of ChatGPT and in PhD or a research work, what you will do. So many examples I will show you how it can be used. Okay. So first, what I will be doing is I will just open up ChatGPT and then I will ask it. Yesterday we have what is that? We have uploaded certain pictures and all. And today what I am going to do is I am going to upload a data file. I have a data file, okay, on called the publications data. I will just open it and show you. You will understand what publication data means. It's very small, but I will make it bigger. Here you can see. It is actually the publications details of a set of teachers. Almost 106 or 105 teachers are there. You can let me see. Yeah, around 105 teachers are there. Their name, my God, name, gender, age group, status, which department they belong, what is their H index, what are their number of publications, national publications, how many, international publications, how many, and how many citations they got. All this information is there in this particular data. Okay. I wanted to have an analysis of this data. So I will just close it and upload it into my chat GPT and ask it, see how I am interacting with it. I'll just click over here and then I will go to the particular folder and then select the publications data, open. Okay. You can see that it is attached over there. Okay. So I'm telling it, uh, go through the data in the attached file. When you are ready, please let me know by saying what I am ready. Okay. So this is actually I'm giving an instruction. This is what you have to do. First read the data and when you are ready for analysis, you just say I am ready and pressing the enter key. So it is analyzing the data. You can see here. Slowly it analyzes. So you know names are there. Then so it says I am ready. It is ready now. Okay. So now you can ask questions on that data. Uh, can you give me the average H index of female faculty members? So this is the question. It's a simple question out of that data. Okay, members. Present that. Let us see what it says. Again, it is analyzing that data. The average H index of female faculty members is approximately 4.91. Okay. We can check it later on if you want, but it will be correct only. Then, can you find any trend in the data with regard to the number of publications? You can consider gender. Okay, you can consider either gender or status or department to find out any trend. So some are good, bigger, some are smaller. Sorry, the number is smaller with the gender. That type of a trend in the data. Let us see. Usually, trend is calculated based on dates. Yeah, there is no date. That is why I gave this gender option and the status or department. Sometimes it may give a correct answer. So actually, you don't need SPSS software or something like that. So you can see it has generated the trend using box plots. Okay, you can see here, and it says the visualization shows some trends in the number of publication concerning gender, status, and department. So it says gender. There is a noticeable variation in the number of publications between genders. It clearly says status, department, what else you need. It clearly gives. So if you have the data with you, it is pure, it's giving you a great output. Okay. So, but you have to read it and check it with another software initially and have confidence in the data. Otherwise, no, just don't directly use it. This has the problem of hallucination. Yesterday I told you about that. Now I want a cross tabulation. I need a cross tabulation. That means make a table. That is what the meaning of it. Cross tabulation of the variable, the number of publications. Publications. So cross variables mean you are asking it to make a table against the status. Status means whether they are assistant professor, associate professor, or professor. These are the three status, and the gender of faculty members. So actually I'm asking it to provide a row tabulation of this particular aspect. So it is analyzing the cross tabulation. So it says something. Well, my problem is this. Okay, it says the cross tabulation of number of publications against the status and gender of faculty members shows a detailed distribution of faculty and due to large number of columns, each representing a different count of publications. And uh, why don't you make why don't you make uh, the totals and provide me the cross tabulation? So it is trying to make a single lines. Let me try. I'm just asking to make it the total. So you can see that it is giving like this. But I can say I need a tabular format. Make it, or I will say make a table for this. It is make it. I just asked it to create a table for you. Otherwise, no. I could have asked for giving me an Excel sheet with the tabular form. That all also I can ask. Let us see what it is doing. Takes time. I stopped it and I'm asking it, is it difficult? Make a table. Yeah, it is giving. So when I asked it, it says it's not difficult and it is giving me so in between it stopped. It has to give me the grand total also. Okay, so like this, you can see actually the associate professor should be at one side, gender can be in two columns. Okay, that way we can ask. Still, but it is going on. I will say here, saying that why don't you put the gender in two columns, male and female. Okay, full stop. Let us see. So I'm just asking it to give because here you can see it has produced so many. So this female and male, it should segregate in two columns and provide me an answer. That simple it is. So continuously, this is what refining. Till you get the correct answer, what you want, you can ask it. You do this, you do that. Okay, so that and that's the way to do it. I will put it into trouble. Just listen what I am going to do. It is actually analyzing the data using Python, and then it is going to give me a table. Okay. By that time, I will ask, can you convert this table into a bar diagram, bar chart? Let it come. Then I can ask this question. And we can, since the data is there about their H index, their productivity of literature, all these things are there. I can ask this to hypothesize. Okay, I can just say that gender has an influence in the productivity of literature. Okay, that is one hypothesis. Or another hypothesis, I will say status of the faculty member is actually influencing the H index of a faculty member. Can you prove it? Because that is my hypothesis. I wanted to prove it. So you can use statistical methods to prove it. That's what I is going to do. So it takes a lot of time. Okay. In fact, it should give me it in two columns. Okay. Yeah, it is actually Python is working. You can see here. That is the code. But it takes a lot of time. Okay. I will stop it there and then I will ask this question. Let me see whether it can be. Yeah, it was not giving me a correct answer because maybe because of this evening times now, it is always engaged. Anyway, I what I will do, I will upload that data and try one more time. Okay. Uh, Here is the data, publications data. Read this data. I won't ask the earlier questions. Read this data and answer my questions. I have to restart the ChatGPT because something has happened. I'm trying to log in another account. Yeah. One second. Somebody said, okay. I used another browser. Here I will again go to ChatGPT 4, upload the data, read the data, and answer my queries. So it is saying that I have loaded. I need a cross tabulation of the variable number of publications against gender and status. So it is giving in detail, but I will say I need it in a table. So it says I will format the cross tabulation into a more concise table for you. Please give me a minute. So it is giving something which is not required like this. Okay, what I will say, I will stop here and say I want I want the status to come as rows and the gender as columns in the table. See, it has come out. It has come out with the number of publications. But there is some problem because I know that this is not the data. There is something more actually. Okay. Anyway, it has given like this, but you have to check with. I am sure that this is not the data. There is some error. Okay. But what I can do is I need. So again, you say read the data again. There is some error. I can still say that read the data again and check the variable number of publications. It seems to be wrong in this table, in the provided table. So like this, you have to say. So I'm saying that whatever you have run, so it will go again and then bring in the data. Because this is actually only the number of people and not their publications it has been given. Okay, you can see here this it is 105, which means it has given only the number of people. I need the total of number of publications, not the number of people in the table. So now it understood. It says that, okay, I understood it. Let me analyze it again. So little bit risky it is. You have to be very careful. Now it is coming out with the proper data. You can see here. Great. Okay. So it again gives some details about that. We need only that particular thing. Okay. Now I am asking, can you provide me uh, row percentage, and make the table. So in between, because if we wanted to explain it, we need percentages. So can you provide me row percentage and make the table? It has given only the percentages, I think. Uh, the other thing, you avoided the total number of publications. Full stop. I need that also in a lower row under each item in the status. So like that you have to say under each item you have to give the row percentages. You have to be very logical when you are talking to this. Okay, because it will continuously make mistakes. Yesterday we found that it was easy, but now it is becoming little more uh, risky. Understood? It is giving certain wrong answers. Still, it is not giving me the correct answers. Anyway, I'm leaving it. I cannot wait for that because you should understand that it is possible. But the way you give the prompt is that matters. Okay. Okay. I'll come back. Now I can even ask. I need a, as I think yesterday we have done it, a bar diagram showing the above data. And finally, I will ask, I wanted to hypothesis because we know when we do PhD we will have an assumption that there is some relation between this variable and the other variable. We have to prove it at the end. Okay, that's what it is. And you can see here there's a diagram. My God, it is a compact thing showing all the male, female, and their percentages of publications and all. Okay, so, but I'm just showing that it is possible. But the way you ask the question, based on that, it will give you an answer. Okay, now here I am having a hypothesis that the gender has an influence in the number of publications of a faculty member. We can call it as their productivity. Okay. Uh, can you prove this? So we are asking it to prove this hypothesis using relevant statistical tests. Okay, that's it. If I made mistakes, I'm forgetting it. Just asking it to test the hypothesis, the gender has an influence on the number of publications. So it is conducting independent sample t test. You can see here. So it analyzes further and then it will come out with a table, sometimes a graph, and then finally say that this is proved or not proved. Okay, how nice it is. Otherwise, no, we will have to depend on a statistician for doing all these things. They will understood. So, but even then, it is better to show this to a statistician. I have done this. This is the table, and this is the hypothesis. Am I right? So it is showing the trend also. The histograms above. So additionally, they have the system has conducted 11th test also. So given this result, we can proceed with the independent sample test under the, assumption. And finally, it will say it Still it is further giving us a it is important to note that the lack of statistical significance does not necessarily mean that there is no difference at all. Rather, it indicates that any observed difference is not so like that it says. But here it says, based on the sample data and this statistical test, there is not sufficient evidence to conclude that gender has a significant influence on the number of publications, our proxy for productivity. That means I have told now it is productivity that matters. Anyway, this is it. Okay, so this way, a lot of analysis. I can ask, can you use ANOVA for this? I am just asking simply, can you use ANOVA test for this? Okay, let me ask. So with that, I will stop with this data. Now, next is we are trying to do a research. Okay, I wanted to work on a research. So it's saying that our, I think it is saying that it's not possible, something like that. Anyway, it's okay. I leave it. And next is I wanted to do a research. Okay, so I will say I am a professional in the field of library and information science. So you have to say that in the field of library and information science, I will say, full stop. And I would like to go ahead with a research project leading to PhD degree. Okay, I prefer to do on the topic open access to scholarly literature. Okay, that is the topic. I am from India, and from the state of Kerala. You should say, because if at all data collection is there, no, then these things are in the field. It is filed, I think, FIELD. Yeah, Kerala. Full stop. Can you suggest me some 10 suitable topics for me? I have cleared. Still something more if you want to say, you can say. Make it very clear, then press the enter key. Let us see what it says. Digital divide and access to scholarly communication, scholarly information in Kerala, open access initiatives and their impact on academic research in India, the role of public libraries in providing access to open access scholarly literature in India, comparative analysis of open access policy, and also it gives little idea also. Okay, institutional repositories and scholarly communication in India. So again, it gives open access publishing models and their sustainability in the Indian context. I think that suits me. Open access publishing models and their sustainability in the. I wanted to know if we start an open access journal, whether it will be a sustainable model or not. Okay, so I will say here I prefer the sixth one. Sixth one. Okay. Then it will focusing on the sixth topic. It will further give the research title again, assessing the sustainability of open access publishing models in the Indian scholarly ecosystem. That is the title, and its objectives also it is giving. I did not ask anything. Okay, it is giving me objectives, then methodology. You can do all these things. Expected outcomes that can be. You can take it as your what is that your in fact hypothesis. Expected outcome can be your the findings that you expect, and then significance. Okay, And then how will you, it says that the methodology is mentioned, literature review. Anyway, without literature, you cannot do it. Surveys and interviews, case studies, data analysis. Okay. I will ask what sort of data I should collect in this regard. Yes, I don't know. So I'm just asking it. It says about the publishing models and adoption rates, economic aspects, stakeholder perspectives, impact and matrices. How nice, no? When I did PhD, this was not there. You people are fortunate. Those who can do PhD, no, you can just only thing is don't adopt it as such. Just control C, control V, don't use it. Take it as a help. Okay. Otherwise, no, you cannot think later on. Once it gives an idea, you can make use. That is the best way to do it. Okay. Hope you understood. It can help you in this. Okay. Now I will say I need to prepare a pre-synopsis for the above topic. Okay. Uh, can you suggest me the subheadings for the synopsis? Okay. Let us see. First, I am asking the subheadings. I'm not asking the entire thing. Okay. So that same topic I have taken up. It says you can write about introduction and rationally, research problem, objectives, literature review, a preliminary one on the existing studies and research gaps, methodology, significance of the study, preliminary structure of the piece is excellent. Then expected outcome, timeline, references, preliminary thing. Wonderful. Only thing is the skeleton you got. Now you can even ask her what I shall write as an introduction. You can take out this introduction. It says provide a context on the importance of open access in scholarly communication and its relevance in the Indian context. That you have to write. I will just copy this and ask it to provide me. Okay, I gave this. Help me to draft it. So it is giving me that idea. So about open access, why open access is required? Open access is required because it allows enhancing the research visibility and its impact. How nice, no? It gives you a lot of information. Okay. Yeah, it's giving. Now I will simply say, suggest some I need only four objectives for the study. So it is giving me all the required, what is that? The objectives of the study. Okay. Now that's it. Still, you can ask for some three hypotheses, and can you make a questionnaire for understanding, collecting some data? Okay, that I will ask. Can you suggest me some variables required for the study? So basically, a questionnaire is made based on the variable. For example, if you wanted to know how many people are coming to the library, that is actually the variable. So what you will ask the librarian every day, what is the the number of people coming to the library. That is a question. So that question came up from where this requirement of this particular variable. Okay, so first you can ask for what are the variables that I need to use in this particular study. So I am just asking. You can see it is providing the necessary the all the almost all it is giving. Okay, type of open access model, whether it is golden, oak, green, hybrid, diamond, or platinum. What is this? Then economic aspects, okay, stakeholder perspective, all these small things it is. So it's a wonderful thing. Make use of it. That's what I can say. Okay, so almost everything for a preliminary synopsis making it is giving. Okay, everything it is whatever. And when you can collect the data, depend on this. Then make the questionnaire making. You can make use of some online tools and then gradually collect the data, bring it over here. So give the entire data itself, then start one by one. You can take out the variables from the data. Usually it will be in Excel sheets. You can put it and then one by one you can ask what is the relation between this and this. Can you suggest some trend in this? So like that, you can ask the data. That much of minimum logic we have to have. So and also should know that simply don't depend on the output from this. You can even use two computers to access it, and two times you can do it so that whether it is giving the same answer, all these things you can check. Okay, because this software can go on a hallucination mode also in between. We are not sure about it. And also one more thing, if you copy and paste it into your academic writing, the plagiarism checkers actually are detecting the similarity in your content. Okay, beware of this. Never it will allow to. Most of the literature, journals are not allowing AI content, and also your thesis are also subjected to similarity check. So, but it is giving you a good idea so that you can rewrite in your own language. That is at the moment you copy paste it into a paper and then upload it into a plagiarism checker, it will say 100% AI given. That is there. Okay, because I have been checking this type of academic writing, and nowadays you won't believe similarity has come down like anything. In the research reports, similarity has come down like anything. Why? Because they are getting very good support from ChatGPT. If you look at the other point, AI content, sometimes it will be 55%, 75% like that, it is coming. Okay. That's not a good thing to happen. Similarity, the copy paste is gradually coming down. Anyway, you should know the proper usage of this. Okay, that's it. Now I wanted to learn something using ChatGPT. I wanted to learn something. For example, there is something called pivot tables in Excel, MS Excel, pivot table. So I can say that I wanted to learn. Sorry, I will come out of this. Otherwise, no, it will create problems. So I will say I wanted to learn about or learn pivot tables. Pivot pivot tables in MS Excel. It's a nice technology. MS Excel pivot table is a very good thing. Okay, can you help me in learning it? You teach me a module, and then ask me questions. Ask me questions to understand my comprehension. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So after a module, you have to ask me questions to understand my comprehension. Then proceed to the next one, to the next module. So here I am just trying to use it as a teacher. okay, to learn something. I would be happy to help you to learn about the pivot tables. So it is saying what are pivot tables, usage, how to create a pivot table. So it is saying how to do it. You have the data there and then we can convert it into a table and click on the insert pivot table option. So you will get the rows, columns and all. So I know what exactly it is. So it is everything. Then it is asking the questions, quiz questions for module one. What is the primary purpose of a pivot table in Excel? I will say data analysis. Okay. Press shift key and enter so that you can. When inserting a pivot table, why is it important that your data range includes headers? Then only the variables could be arranged in rows and columns. Maybe the answer may be wrong. I'm just entering it. What is the significance of the values area in the pivot table in the last pane? So there is some value. There you can bring in the values to be analyzed. Okay. And then finally, oh my gosh, describe the situation where refreshing a pivot table is necessary. It says great. You have touched on some key aspects of pivot table in Excel, especially regarding data analysis and other. So it is again teaching me, and finally again it will ask me questions. So it will understand that I am actually learning it. Okay, and even it will grade me. I can ask it. Can you grade me? Okay, so how do calculated fields differ from the standard fields in pivot table? Okay, so like that there are questions are coming up. This way you can gradually learn. Okay, so that's it. So I think I have covered almost all these things. Whatever I know I have covered. Now I will take you to certain other things like how we can do a literature review. Okay, so what we do is we search for literature, and when you get a literature, what you will do, you will read it, and after you read it, you will write its minimum synopsis and all these things, and then you will keep its what is that author name, title, everything separately so that you can make a reference. All these things you do. But here, what I am going to do is I got a PDF file of a journal article and I wanted to ask certain questions so that it will give me proper answers based on that. Okay. So that's it. So again, here what is happening is I'm trying to review a literature with the ChatGPT. That's the method. Click here, I delete it. So again, I'm just uploading. I'll go to desktop, ChatGPT in academics. Let me find out where exactly the data content for webinar. Yeah, here I got. This is actually an article written by somebody. 1 second. Yeah, this is the article. I will go by this article. It is approaches to providing information literacy training in higher education challenges for librarians. That is the article. I'm just uploading it. I will ask it, read this article. Sorry. And answer my queries. So it is asking how can I assist you with the article, this particular one written by Mark Hepworth. It read it, the other name. Okay. So I will ask the first question. What are the objectives of this study? Done. There are four objectives it has listed. Okay. Now I can say, what sort of research methodology is followed here. This in this report is not explicitly there is no outline, but it says this approach involves so many because it is not having a proper literature review. Okay, then uh, are there any samples taken for the study? So like this, you can ask any number of questions. No, it says it is not there. Okay. So now I can ask it, but what are the five major findings of this study? But you have to ensure that you read that article and ascertain the answers are given are correct or not. We cannot depend on this fellow at all. Okay, I just asked what are the major five findings. One, that's it. Okay, so this is it. Now, I wanted to do little extra work. Okay, so I'm deleting this. This time, in our case, I have collected the data of all the participants of this particular course from that platform which I am teaching. I have the data in an Excel sheet. Okay, I will show you that. Then you will understand it. It is here data of registered participants. So when I downloaded it, it was having lot of things like see when they have registered, the time when it was registered, name of the person, email ID, whether it is a new user or already registered, like that. These many things are there, and in between there are blank things are all these things are there. What I need is I need the name in the first column, and just against it I need the email IDs. Can we do it or not? Let us try this. Okay, you understood? No, I need a proper unwanted things it should remove. Okay, and then I need only the name. Just opposite to that, in B column, I need their email IDs. Okay, let me try this. So I will go to ChatGPT and I will upload data of registered participants. Here, what I am doing is I will ask